Give me one. So yeah, welcome. Welcome to Learning Command at a High Level. My name is Leslie Jackson. For those of you who do not know me, I am also a MAPS tech coach and a regional tech trainer. I oversee and help Colorado State, so over 23 market centers here in Colorado. I've been with Keller Williams since 2012. So it's been a journey, it's been a ride, and I love having this culture and just being around each and every one of you. A little story about me, so then you just kind of get to know me and who I am. Since 2012, I started on a mega team. My background is marketing. I do have my real estate license, and I fell in love with Command as soon as it was released. So I decided to start teaching it. I was like, this platform's amazing. I went to the first lab breakouts with Gary. And from there, I started teaching to the Colorado region as a market center tech trainer. Opportunity knocked because my passion just pours out to each and every one of you to become a regional tech trainer. Long story short, I had a couple kiddos in between, got MAPS trained, and have been coaching and consulting the entire time since I've been with Keller Williams. So I'm super happy to join forces with MAPS. And here I am back in the regional tech trainer position and here to help you win in your business. My passion is to help you win. I hope that you take away something today that you can implement and really start honing in on just small activities that will move the needle in the right direction to your goals. How does that sound?
Awesome.
Good. Yay. Okay, so I'm going to first start off with a quick little presentation just to really start and really start the foundation for our class today. And then don't worry, I'm going to get into some demonstration as well. Presentation, demonstration, and then updates. That's just kind of how it goes, and it all rhymes, right? All right, so I'm going to present this screen and let's begin. So take control of your real estate business with KW Command. KW Command is a comprehensive real estate software platform developed by KW, designed to streamline and enhance various aspects of your business. It integrates customer relationship management, lead generation, marketing automation, analytic tools, and really is to empower you to really manage your relationships so that you know exactly where you are. You can organize your transactions, and you can also leverage marketing to help your brand awareness. With features like customizable dashboards, automated campaigns, and data-driven insights, KW Command aims to provide your best tool that you need to succeed in today's market. Now, for those of you who are new to Command, I just would like to say, my best description is a one-stop shop for your entire real estate business. Data management is huge. Follow-up plans is the obvious thing that is connected to database management. We have some really cool included partnerships that I want to touch upon today. Marketing, obviously, in our design library, Facebook ads, ways to get yourself in front of your audience. Transaction management, you all know this because this is how you get paid. There's a task manager to help you stay on task so that you don't drop the ball. And then, of course, there's our global referral network that's inside Command right now, where you can go and network with all other types of agents out there within our globe, both nationally and internationally. And then, of course, which I love, goal tracking to help you stay on track. Oh, look at, I have fireworks. Isn't that beautiful? Everybody is so excited about my fireworks. Okay. Database management. So database management is where it's at in Command. And I really like to set the foundation here, because when you get inside Command and you think, oh my gosh, this platform's huge. Where do I begin? This is where you should begin. Okay. 100% where you should begin. And I'm going to walk you through of all the tips and tricks of tagging and segmenting your database today. I'm also going to discuss your auto text messages, auto emails. I'm going to also inform you that you can time the deployment of your smart plans, as well as adding triggers to your contacts to deploy a smart plan. And then the last little tidbit here is that you can customize the notification center. So customization is key. And for anybody that's transitioning from a different CRM to Command, this class is for you too, because I'm going to touch upon all the tips and tricks and kind of rewire your brain to start new habits in Command as well. I see somebody place something in the chat. I will get to you right away here in a minute. But I also want to just say welcome for those of you who are just joining. Again, you're in the right spot. My name is Leslie Jackson. This is Learn Command at a High Level, okay? And I'm going to be teaching for you bi-weekly, by the way, just because I heard you in Command Your Conversion. You need more Command classes. I'm here for it, right? Smart plans. Smart plans are the best way to follow up with your database. And I think a lot of people who are brand new to Command get really confused with what smart plans are. The best way, or a canned way to say it, a lot of people will say are follow-up plans. I agree, and I also disagree, because there are some follow-up plans and it's great to follow up with your database automatically, but there's also pieces inside smart plans that help you stay on task, which I also think of as workflows. So like if you're coming from a different CRM, whether you're yes or no, or you're just brand new to Command, think about it as a workflow and as well as following up with your database so that you can stay proactive in communication. Now, inside our Smart Plan library, I love to describe it as our culture within our technology. And the reason why is because we want everybody to win, do we not? And inside your market center, that culture is very much alive. You guys share the plans in place, you talk to one another with how you win, right? And how you got there. Well, technology is here to help you serve your best recipe and who you're trying to attract and convert and keep as a forever client. So I'm going to teach you some inside tricks with smart plans today, because I also know the pain point can be, it's overwhelming. So if you're on this call today and you're like, yes, Smart Plan Library is overwhelming, please say yes or no in the chat, just because I understand the way you're thinking. And I also kind of just want to know your audience and feedback. Yes, Kathy. Yeah. So you go in, right, Julie? You go in there and you're like, oh my gosh, where do I begin? Don't worry, I got you. And this is where I come into place to help you win in this technology. And I'll walk you through exactly what to do and where to begin. All right. Now, for those of you who have been using Command, there are some really cool updates within Command. I'm going to go over those updates, and I'm really going to discuss what most active and recently active are. And what I like to just point out is that there are clues within the system that will help you understand where your database is. And as a coach and a trainer, I want you to start adhering to new habits in Command every day so that you can look at your system and know exactly what's happening. Now, I want to give you another description of what type of CRM we have built into this platform. And that is called an intuitive CRM. An intuitive CRM is when you place data in and it gives you data back. That's Command. A shoebox CRM is when you place data in and it doesn't give you any data back. And you have no idea what's going on. And you just go in there and you think you're managing your database and you communicate with your database. And at the end of the day, it's all you putting data in. Okay. That's called a shoebox CRM. For those of you who have been in the industry, can you understand what shoebox CRM means? Anybody live by the shoebox, cards where you're going A through Z in your database and you're pulling them out? Yeah, that's exactly what that is. Cool. All right. Now, I'm going to stop here after this slide, but I want you to also understand that inside this technology, guess what? We have some included partnerships, okay? Which makes you very much competitive in today's real estate world, especially with hundreds of thousands of agents within our ecosystem. And you're with the right brokerage because we've got you with the partnerships built inside our technology. So as you could see here on the right-hand side listed and also on the left-hand side with those logos, we have Facebook and Instagram, TikTok, Google. Nextdoor, for those of you who don't know what Nextdoor is, I'll discuss a little bit of that today, depending on if we have time. We've got real mailers with direct mail built inside Command. API Nation is our third-party company that we help other pieces of software come into Command, just in case you want to start placing leads in other ways inside Command. Twilio is a way that we text message. So if you aren't signed up with Twilio, this is a great way to start texting your database automatically. And then WhatsApp. For anybody that uses WhatsApp internationally, you know it's a great platform. We've also built that inside our technology so that you can use WhatsApp on your desktop, which is pretty amazing. So before I dive into the content today and give you some demos, what kind of questions do you have for me? And I'll stop my share. Any questions? Any ahas or anything that you just learned within that presentation now? Place in the chat. No questions yet. Thanks, Kathy. Thanks for that feedback. Okay, great. So now I'm going to dive into Command, and we're going to talk a little bit about database management. Now, database management, as you know, is key to winning your business, right? However, getting inside Command can be, again, a little overwhelming. So where do we begin? We begin by importing our contacts in Command. Over here on the left-hand side of the screen, I'm going to select that KW red logo. Just a tip, it pops out all the applets, and the applets, think of them as a smartphone. So just like the smartphone has apps, so does Command. So when I refer to these as applets, that's exactly what they are. And as you know, we go through updates all the time, adding functionality. And just like the iOS system, we make it better every time. So I'm going to start inside contacts. And from here, for those of you who are new to the system, I'm going to come and show you that this is where you import your contacts by simply placing a file in here. Make sure that you have headers, so a title in every single column, so that when you drop your CSV file in here, then you'll be able to map all the fields with Command. So we have a wizard inside Command now that should be able to read every single field when you import contacts. Once you have gotten your contacts completed, what I really advise before you place your contacts into this import is ensuring that you have every single person tagged in that file. Okay? So in that file, tag everyone, because what will occur is when you map all the fields, your contacts will then be placed into Command after you hit next and map those fields. But when you tag your contacts, this is exactly how it can be easy to communicate with your database, market to your database, retarget to your database by the use of tags. So I cannot emphasize enough that tagging is crucial and very important inside this system, okay? Another way that you can import your contacts is simply selecting download template. The download template will give you a CSV file that you can literally just copy and paste all your contacts in. And if you are placing multiple tags within the column that says tags or custom tags, you can place multiple tags with a separation of a comma. So 1 comma in between each tag for one person will also help map those fields correctly inside Command. Cool? Now, as you know, fireworks, Zoom loves me. As you know, you can also have the best contact information ever, right? The more that you know your people, primary address, phone number, maybe they have a PO box, maybe they have kids, dogs, all of those notes, place them in notes or the about section so that those will also come into command correctly. Home anniversaries are huge. And I'm going to dive into all those great smart plans that really match all of these data points within every single contact record. Okay. But primary address is essential just because when you place a primary address in the when you place the address in the primary address field within that template, what will occur inside command is you'll have access, easier access. You'll still have access, but easier ways to place the monthly neighborhood nurture or biweekly neighborhood nurture on your contacts. Don't worry, I'm going to show you how to do all that. But this is just setting you up for success. So tagging is huge. Separate tags with a comma. Recapping here for you. And primary address in the primary address field, as well as a primary phone in the primary phone field. So that when you place Twilio text out, your text messages are pulling from that primary phone. And nowadays it's all mobile, right? So the mobile phone would be the primary phone. All right. So I'm not going to get too much into the weeds there just because everybody's way of managing their database is different, where it's all subjective, but those are the main points that I think are very important to just call out. Okay. Now you have all these beautiful contacts in command. You have them tagged, and just seeing and looking at my tags here, you can even color code your tags, which is amazing. For those people who are high Cs, you can organize your database beautifully with the color coding if you like. And there's no limitation on how many tags you can have on one person. So I'm going to get into just some examples of tagging, just because as a coach and a trainer, I understand that it can also be overwhelming. So I'm going to give you just some insight of how to really tag your people and where to begin. Okay. Now, advice here is, how do you know them? So a tagging system on how you know them. Example is they're friends, or they're my sphere of influence, or their family, right? Or they're my past client. So how do you know them, or who are they? Kind of go hand in hand too. The reason why I want you to think this way is because as a coach, I want you to look at your past deals in the last 12 months and ask yourself, who are my top 3 lead sources? How did I find these people? Where did they come from? So if you're doing open houses, let's just throw that out there. You're trying to capture leads at open houses, you're borrowing other people's listings, or you're doing them on your own. When you meet leads as they come into you to that open house, you're going to want to know what open house you were at instead of just open house, what location, right? So what area did you capture these leads? What city, what neighborhood? Those pieces are really crucial in tagging your database, just because then you can go back and look at the last 12 months and ask yourself, oh, I know I got 5 transactions out of open house leads. That's where my main lead source is. I'm going to go and repeat those activities this year. And my goal is to get 10 transactions out of open houses now. So see how that goes hand in hand? What happens in our business is we win, and then we feel like we've lost the next day after the closing table. Because you're like, where's my business going? Where's my business going to come from now? Right? So the biggest thing from me to you to help you win is look at your past 12 transactions. Ask yourself, who are my top 3 lead sources? And then if you haven't done this activity, go inside command, tag your top 3 lead sources, how you found them, what location, who they are, what the lead source was. So lead source in this example is open house. right? So I found these leads at the open house. Another lead source example are Facebook leads. Kind of easier to describe, right? So you always want to track how you're capturing people, even if you met them at Starbucks, standing in line at Starbucks. How did I connect with this person? Oh, I was ordering a latte. She was standing right next to me. Starbucks in Littleton. Guess what? I'm going to go place her in my database, put a tag as Starbucks in Littleton, thinking that it lives around that area or works around that area. Most likely she might. I'm going to go place a monthly neighborhood nurture on her in Littleton. See how this all coming into play? So tagging is huge so that you can be the investigator and stay on track of what are the best things that I've been doing that I should be repeating. So those results will come in tenfold next time.
Hi.
Okay. Somebody can mute themselves, please.
How are you doing? I want to get no baby hugs. I want to get
How are
some.
you? Hold on, guys. Sorry. All right.
I can't hold them like normal.
Sometimes it's easier to mute people as
How are you doing?
how can you import duplicate contacts? That's a great
Hey,
question.
Susan.
Okay. Sorry about that. So I'm going to go back to sharing. So here, there is a duplicate scanner that has been recently updated in Command, which is amazing. Two ways you can go about that. You can select and bulk select the people that you're looking to see if there's duplicates. So great way there. Right-hand side of the screen, you'll just say check for duplicates, 3 dots. Okay. And then it'll ask you if you want to merge those duplicates. I'll walk you through that in a second. Another way to check for duplicates is inside the settings section underneath your name. You'll head to Command, and then you'll go to Contacts, and then you'll say Database Cleanup. And back here, you could say check for duplicates. So check for duplicates. Scanning for duplicates can take several minutes. When it notifies you that your duplicates are ready, it'll show a little notification up here. Database scan completed. I have a ton of duplicates, 4,000 of them actually, 4,500 of them. So I can review them, and then I can also merge them together or ignore. Okay. All right. So now that we've discussed tagging, the importance of how to tag, be your own investigator, now let's talk about segmenting. So segmenting is how we group people together. I'm going to fall back on that example of open house leads just because we hold open houses a lot. And so therefore, if I have a listing on 123 Main Street, I captured 20 open house leads. I know I need to do some follow-up this week to ask them for feedback and also just see if there's anybody that's unrepresented, right? Because that's what we're trying to do is capture a client. I would then group them as open house 123 Main Street leads. Okay, so I'm going to select filters. And the next thing you'll do is you'll type in that tag that you want to save. So open house lead 123 Main Street is the one that I want to save. I'll click apply. Now you'll see all my leads here. The next thing, don't miss it, is come in and say at the very top, create smart view. Now, this is a very important step, so I hope that you're paying attention. Create smart view, and then you can name or title this group. In this case, open house lead 123 Main Street. So I would title it, and then I can also save it as a default view. So let's pretend my goal is to call 10 people a day. I can save this as a default view. I already called 10 today or 5 today, and I want to call 5 tomorrow. I could come back into Command and pick up where I left off. Okay. So great way to start grouping your people, because in the future and also in the present, these people are now in the past. I can proactively start communicating with them I can place a monthly neighborhood nurture on them or a bi-weekly neighborhood nurture on them to ensure they're getting dripped around Open House 123 Main Street so that they have more homes to look at. And I could also place them on a smart plan that matches who they are. So that's a high level description of contacts, tagging, and segmenting. Does anybody have any questions before I move on? So you create a tag in SmartView for Open House Leads 123 Main, correct? So I created a tag, Open House Lead 123 Main Street. I filtered, clicked on filtered. I found that tag first, so only these leads show. Then I went to the Smart View, scrolled up, and I said, create Smart View. I want you to think of, I know we have our own language. I know I'm just going to call it out. Keller Williams, we all have we have our own way of speaking and all these analogies, but Smart View, acronyms rather, Smart View, tie it to groups of people. So when I say Smart View, you think of groups, okay? And not segmenting. Cool. Any other questions before I move forward? Thanks for asking. All right, moving on. Now, the next best thing after you tag and segment and make your database all organized inside Command are follow-up plans. And as you know, we have done plenty of research. I should say Keller Williams has done plenty of research to understand how to really win in your business, proactively placing a communication touch system on your database at least 36 times a year on one person. So think one person equals at minimum 36 touches a year. And touches can include various amounts of different types of touches. Facebook touches, direct mailers, newsletters, emails, text messages, phone calls, right? So think of all the ways that you communicate and give information out to your database 36 times a year on one person, okay? Now, I know you probably hear this a lot, but the 201 Club, anybody familiar with it? I don't want to be too repetitive here. The 201 Club means in your database, when you have 201 METs, so 201 METs meaning, I know you, I've met you, I know Julie, you and I've met, we've talked, right? True story. And so 201 of those people who you've spoken to, made eye contact with, given a hug, handshake, whatever, you want to put a 36 touch system on 201 people, because math will tell us you will either receive a past client or referral, or an active client, or somebody who you've never done business with, right? That also equates to 84 to 88,000 in GCI, which in Colorado, typically that means you're capping, right? That's around, 7 to 10 units a year. Okay. This is all just estimation based on what I know in the past years here in Colorado. All right. I know I have other people on here like Philippines and Mexico. I love it. So here's a library. Now, like I discussed earlier, it's our culture built in. I know some of you have said, yes, I feel overwhelmed by it coming in here. I'm going to break it down quite simply for you and just get you started. Okay. So when you come in, what I think you should do, and I tell all of my clients this, all the people that I do trainings with, are place the Keller Williams 10 on your entire database, because all of these 10 will at minimum be around 33 to 36 touches on one person. Now, of course, if you have somebody that you know, you will not place the 8x8 new contact engagement smart plan on them, right? Because they're not new. So play the matchmaker with these smart plans, Quarterly call plan is great for your sphere of influence and your database, people that you already know. The biweekly neighborhood nurture, there are 160,000 of our Keller Williams agents using this right now. That should give you a clue. Now, I'm going to give you some really cool habits and tips after today's session so that you walk away and you're like, I've got a plan in place. Okay. I'm going to talk about the biweekly neighborhood nurture here soon. The midterm nurture, somebody who has raised their hand. By the way, people who raise their hand, they're like, I'm not ready for until next year. Cut that time in half because they've already made a decision that they want to move next year. Typically, outside pressures, media, inside pressures, family, spouses, children, all those other things, other people in our life will actually make us feel, yeah, today, actually, I'm ready 6 months from now. So somebody who's like 12 years out, cut it in half, put them as midterm nurture. Maybe 2 years out, long-term nurture. I know this says 6 months, but I think, just based on my knowledge, it could go either way. I believe cut it in half. Okay. It just happens 9 times out of 10. People change their minds quickly. Monthly neighborhood nurture, open house follow-up. This open house follow-up is huge. For those people who are on this call today, right now, who may feel low in production, I'm going to just put my coach hat on, go do an open house on somebody's listing. Okay. Then take my open house class because I'm going to teach you 2 weeks from now, if you haven't taken my class on that already, that you can automate leads into command by tagging and placing a smart plan on them. Okay. I'm going to make your life super easy, but the open house follow-up plan is amazing. Go do it. People are getting leads like this every week. Home anniversary. Home anniversary is great for past clients. Stay on top of those past clients. That's your referral income. You got to think of your database as your biggest asset and treat it like a business. The more information you know, the more that you can stay in touch, the higher the probability you'll get a referral. Promote my app. Put this on everyone. Promote my app is huge because it's all branded to you. Your home search app is branded to you. And when you share it out, people register, they log in. Guess where all that information goes? It goes right into your command. You get notifications. And I'm going to teach you, again, some great habits once you do all these things of what to do every day in command so that you stay on top of it. Okay. Promote my app. Those are the 10 Keller Williams Smart Plans. These are the ones that you should start with foundationally. Then you can go in and look at all the other things because guess what? This is setting you up foundationally if you're feeling overwhelmed. Then sprinkle on the other things like Facebook lead follow-up or, seller's listing plan, buyer's consultation, whatever it is, then that's where you can sprinkle on. All right. Now, I'm going to stop there, take a moment to let you talk to me because I've been talking a lot. Feedback, ahas, questions, feel free to unmute yourself. Let's talk. Let's have a two-way conversation. Don't be shy because somebody else could just learn from your question or comment. Brittany, you good? Julie, you good? Sean, you good? Do you have any questions?
What was the the open house follow-up smart plan? Where was that at?
Yep, good question. So let me grab my screen. See these arrows at the top, Sean? It says Keller Williams 10. Open house follow-up plan is in this. So it's like a slide deck here in the Keller Williams 10. You'll use these arrows to go back and forth. Do you see that?
How do I get to Keller Williams 10 again?
Okay, so smart plans, you'll just click on library.
Yeah.
they're underneath featured. So see featured at the top. Keller Williams 10 is next. From right to left. Cool.
Got it.
Got it. Great. Anybody else have any questions? Can we get into workflows or transaction management today? Yeah, workflows are great to talk about. And I like that you bring up workflows because our smart plans can be fully customizable. So I'm going to go ahead and show you right-hand side of the screen. I'm going to select create. Are you going to go over the dashboard? Yes, I do. Yes, I will. Here soon, because this all goes back into smart plans feed into the dashboard. So that's my next best thing. So let's see. Let's do so from people who are transitioning from a different CRM to Command, and you're using some follow-up plans that you love, you can literally have screen to screen, side by side, copy and paste all of it over. It's fully customizable. So I'll just simply show you that you can create a task, make a call, send an email, send a text, and add to another smart plan, which I love. So workflows can be, I'm going to create a task for myself. I'm going to say, go to Facebook and check happy, well, this is event. Go to Facebook and post event. Add link here, add link below. Here's the description. Place the description in, add your link to Eventbrite or Evite, whatever you're using. You can even say when it's due, same day in the next 2 days, and also some other details here. So I'm just going to say add step. And then I want to show you here, oops, that when you click out, there are some rules and things that we've added and updated here in Smart Plans. And that is you can remove a contact from the Smart Plan when the contact replies to an email from the Smart Plan, or when the contact replies from an auto text message from the Smart Plan. So these two things are new, which is amazing. So if I come in and I say, add a day, and I send an email, and I put a simple email in, or I have and pull a design email, I can then click out, well, let's say design email, just so it could show. So we'll just say, here are my designs. We'll do the updates for KW Colorado. And then I'll say save. I don't want to get too much into the weeds of smart plans right now, but I do want to show you here that you can say add step. Oh, command email. Great. Add step. And then click out. And then I'll say when contact replies to an email from the smart plan, we could stop it. Okay. So these little pieces of functionality are new. The other thing I want to show you too is that anytime that you have a smart plan, you can, let's go back into the email. We'll say edit. You can deploy it at a specific time of day between 4 to 8 or 8 to noon or 12 to 4. Do you guys see that? So that's all new as well. So let's pretend I don't want, if I'm going to send a text message out or an email, I don't want this to hit their inbox until 8 a.m. Right? Because we don't want to wake people up, especially if they have, their notifications turned on. All right. So from those of you who are creating a smart plan from scratch, you can. There are some rules and best practices over here on the left-hand side, and also tips and rules that follow smart plans just in case it barks back at you, okay? I'm not going to go into those rules, like I said today, just because I want to stay focused on really good habits that you can leave with. And I want to discuss where all this data is living so that you can keep track of it. All right. So I'm going to close without saving. I'm going to head back to our dashboard. KW logo, I'm going to select home. And then from here, I'm going to discuss dashboard. So recapping for you, because here are the steps that you have to follow in order for what I'm about to tell you next. Contacts and tagged, smart plans placed on the Keller Williams 10, okay? Then, especially the neighborhood nurture and biweekly neighborhood nurture, seriously, those are liquid gold because they auto drip information directly onto your contact biweekly or once a month. As soon as that contact starts looking around, clicking, searching, poking around on those local pages, all of that information goes into command, and then guess what? It gives it back to you that you have most active widget added. Now this is new. So again, like I told you, I'm going to give you some updates within command to keep you on point. Every day, write this down. When you have somebody on a smart plan or a bi-weekly or monthly neighborhood nurture, text messages, all those things, emails, you're going to check the most active every day, or at least every Monday or every Friday. Okay. New habit, check it, because this is like your hot list. You have people in here that are poking around on your website or looking at your monthly neighborhood nurture or talking to you or asking for a home tour. By the way, please use KW Command Mobile. Okay. Habit 2, KW Command Mobile is your best friend. That is command at your fingertips. Most active will give you a hot list of people. Okay. Now, to summarize here, you can customize this dashboard any way you like. So you can have your sponsored events on for your market center. You can unselect or deselect tasks. All of these things you get to select on which you like to see. And you can move things around. So maybe I want my most active up and my recent leads up. Okay, I'll click apply. So there it is. There's all my open houses. Like check out all my leads. And then my most active is right in front of me. So as soon as I log into command, I can see it. Cool. Fireworks. All right. The next tip I'm going to share with you. Again, most people don't always talk about this. And here I am trying to pour into you another tip that you may not be aware of. And that is the recently active column. Recently active column, you should also be checking every day. Because guess what? It will share with you who is recently active on your site, in your neighborhood nurture. Check it out. Downtown Littleton, looked at property 10630 Weathersfield Court, another property inquiry. Recently active will show you and give you clues. What is this telling us? Their activity is increasing. You're looking in to see what they're doing. That could mean they're thinking about buying or selling. What kind of information are they looking for? How can you provide more information? Okay. All right. Now we have 10 minutes left. What kind of questions do you have for me before I continue? And you can unmute yourself. Don't be shy. Okay. Leads never contacted, recently active, birthdays, anniversaries. Pay attention to these widgets as well. Again, data in will give you data back. The more birthdays you have, it will show you whose birthday is coming up. Another quick tip here inside contacts, speaking of information I'm going to show you, you're welcome, Kathy, that inside the Smart View section, I have a ton of Smart Views. You can literally say, KW, who should I call? KW, who has upcoming home anniversaries? KW, who has no neighborhoods attached? Who has birthdays? And who haven't I contacted? Use these KW AI stuff because that will help you win as well and give you a quick list, help you lead gen, and make the calls. Can you import an up nest proposal to smart plans? Up nest. Can you tell me more information? See, Stefan? And you're muted.
So some of the platforms, I know UpNest does, and some of the others. So if you had a buyer or a seller proposal, kind of the hot buttons of why you would choose me as your buyer's rep or your seller's rep. I didn't know if that was something that could be uploaded into a smart plan.
Yeah, so like an email template.
Yeah, it's kind of a realtor's resume, if you will.
Oh, perfect. So you could come into designs, and this is where I create all of my mass emails. So see, I have technology updates, and then you'll just select create design. And so from there, you'll select email and then click next. And I could even send you a full class on this, but there are 73 templates. All of them are customizable. So you can literally use, like I use this classic Eventbrite. And you'd like a full class on that? I'll teach that next time.
Yeah, that's awesome.
You can walk through all the things. So I could teach that next time just based on time. And I could also send you to the KW Colorado Regional YouTube page where all of my personal tech classes are posted.
Okay.
I will go and grab that link for you.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Just so you know, you can also upload HTML templates to the design email format so that you don't have to recreate it. So for you, that's what I would suggest.
Okay, that's awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Great question. I would love a class on newsletters designs through command. Okay, a lot of people would like the class on newsletters and emails. Great, I'll do that next time. I'm gonna write that down. Who else has a question? So far, tell me and give me feedback of what you learned today that was something that you're going to take away.
Organizing the database. That's super helpful.
Yay, organizing the database. Great. The Smart View AI. Yes, super helpful. And it lives right there underneath our noses. Anybody else want to shout out? Is there a way to merge spouses for mailing labels? No, but the hack there, Boyd, is to just put one contact with two people in it. So Mr. and Mrs. Smith as the full name title. I know. People ask that all the time. You're welcome. Anybody else have any questions or comments? So I'm going to be here for you guys bi-weekly. The next class that I'm going to be offering will be 2 weeks from now, and it's going to be 30 minutes later. Okay, so 10:30 Central, 12:30 Eastern. All right. And I will teach and cover the newsletters and email designs. It's one of my favorite subjects. I love teaching it just because I use it quite frequently. And so, yeah, I'll cover that too. So I'm looking at my list here. I think I was able to cover everything. The one little tip and takeaway that I do want to teach you though, are that primary addresses are really important. And I know that you may not have everybody's primary address. So as long as you have an email address, you can put any location on anyone. So for this example, you'll see that the primary street is Littleton, Colorado, and that's not really an address. So what I did here so that I ensure they get the neighborhood nurture is I just went in and edited the contact. I'll select additional contact information. And then from here, I can close this and just search, let's say Highlands Ranch, Colorado. And it's going to pull from different areas of Highlands Ranch. I'm going to select one and just click save. Now what will happen next, it'll make that my primary. And yes, I'll send out an email reminder for sure. Thanks, Julie. It will show you all the neighborhoods that you can suggest that are suggested below. Once your neighborhoods are on each contact, then you're going to place the smart plan on. So don't think your work is done here. It doesn't automatically come on. You must click smart plans, add to smart plan, and then go look for your monthly smart plan or biweekly. So in this case, my monthly neighborhood nurture, there it is. Okay. Cool. All right. So recapping for you today, the must things that you should do inside command. Number one, database into command, tag and segment. Who are they? Where did you meet them? What was the lead source? That's going to help you in your future. Like my husband says, your future self will thank you. Okay. I can't take credit for that. Smart plans. The Keller Williams 10 at a minimum have at least 8 or 9 of them on one person foundationally. And everybody should be getting the monthly neighborhood nurture if they are not thinking about buying or selling anytime soon. Okay. The next thing that you're going to do every day is you're going to go into command and you're going to look at the most active. After all those smart plans are on, you're going to look at the most active widget on your dashboard. Okay. The next thing, and including in that investigation, is your recently active column. So the recently active column will also give you clues on who was searching around, right? Okay. And then what else? Command mobile. If you're not using it, you're here's the thing. I've noticed that a lot of agents just go to their desktop for command. It's on your phone. You have full capability on your phone with KW Command Mobile. You could even sync your contacts from your phone from KW Command. Did you know that? So, yeah. Now, there are some disclaimers. I know, Regina, you're saying don't do it. But for those agents who are really stuck on just not getting contacts in at all, and like can't get it done, won't get it done, excuses all around the way, it is an easy button, and yet you will have to do some cleanup. Okay, so I don't highly suggest it, but for those of you who just need to get started, it could be an easy button. You just have to go in and tag and clean up. All right, take it from Regina. She didn't have a good experience with it, but if you are in that bucket of I have no contacts, I don't want to use a spreadsheet, I don't have a big database, then that could be a good option. If you have a huge database, don't do it. Okay. All right. Lots of things to think about. You guys are awesome. Here for you. I'm going to send out this recording, and I will also send out a bi-weekly email to inform you when I'll be teaching next. Okay. And spread the word, because I'll be here teaching. Oh, and last thing I want to share with you, just because I care for each and every one of you to win in your business, I am offering a free coaching session, a free 30-minute coaching session with me. Let me grab my screen here so that we can meet one-on-one if that is something that you're interested in. So give me 1 second here. And I like to say there's no strings attached, but I do have 5 slots left in my roster. So anybody that is looking for coaching one-on-one. You and I could do just an exploratory 30-minute call, no strings attached, here to still help pour into you. Schedule some time with me. Let's talk, okay? I will be here in the next 2 weeks. I hope you guys will too. I hope you all have a beautiful day, and we'll talk soon. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye.